Oh, here we go. Let's do it again, Rob.
Join the Squirtle Squad.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Dan and Rob. And today, finally, we are going to be doing the battle. During the battle, we're going to teach everyone how to play Pokemon TCG. And today, I got special helper, Surprises with Sophia.
Hello.
With the new haircut, might I add. But today, she gets a choice. Either she's going to be Team Charizard or Team Blastoise. Which one do you want? She's going to do Charizard. So this is what we're going to do. We are going to open up the boxes, sleeve everything, and lay it out so you guys can see both of the starter decks. And then we will start the game, and as we start the game, I will explain to you the rules, the concept, what you have to do, the different status conditions and everything that goes with it. So you guys at home can also learn how to play the trading card game and love it just as much as we do. You got anything to add, Sophia?
Okay, so we've done one of these Pokemon videos on our channel, but it wasn't really like Pokemon edition, but we're actually going to teach you this time.
Yeah, so we did a similar one on her channel is what she said. But we explained some rules, but we didn't go as in-depth as we are today. So without further ado, we are going to start getting our decks ready and we'll be right back. And one more thing before we start, why don't we give a double peekaboo dab for the audience? 1, 2, 3.
Just to give you guys a quick layout of the deck, on the Blastoise side, we have our Pokemon. We got Squirtle, Wartortle, and Blastoise, Psyduck, Golduck, Farfetch'd, Pidgey, Pidgeotto, and Pidgeot. And then in a Pokemon TCG deck, you need a good balance of Pokemon, trainers, and energy. So those are our Pokemon. These are our trainer cards, which are cards that you can play during your turn and do whatever the effect is that they say. Some of these will say item at the top, and some of these will say supporter at the top. If it says item up there at the top, you can play as many of those as you want in any given turn. But the ones that say supporter at the top, you can only play one of per turn. So per round, you can only play one of them. And then on the Charizard side, we got Charmanders, Charmeleon, and Charizard, Ponyta, Rapidash, and Farfetch'd, Nidoran, Nidorina, and Nidoqueen. And then the exact same trainer cards are in the Charizard deck as of the Blastoise. And of course, the fire energies. And once again, we will explain that as we get into it. So right now, we're gonna shuffle our decks and show everybody how to do the layout, how you actually wanna set up the table as if we were playing on one of those mats that came with the starter deck. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is shuffle our decks.
Why was the robot upset? People kept pushing its buttons. What is a robot's favorite kind of music? Heavy metal. Why was the robot tired when it got home? Because it had a hard drive.
So folks, like I tell you on the channel, it's very important when it comes to keeping your cards in good shape, right? We pay a lot of money for these cards. We want to keep them in good shape. So a trick that Sophia and I do is we like to make either 4 stacks or 6 stacks, like so, as we're shuffling our cards. And that way you can mix them all around real well without bending the cards, bending the corners, without ruining your valuables.
Why did the robot go to the doctor? Because it had a virus.
So in the Pokemon card game, you have 60 cards in your deck. And within your deck, you can only keep a maximum of 4 of the same card. So once you're done shuffling, you offer your opponent to cut your deck. That shows good sportsmanship and...
I don't know how to cut it.
Then the first thing you do at the start of the game is get your deck in position.
Okay.
And then you're gonna draw 7 cards.
You draw 7 cards.
1, 2, 3, 4.
That's how many cards you're gonna get in your hand.
Correct.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So once you have 7 cards drawn, you look at your hand.
Go.
And you need to have at least 1 basic Pokemon in your hand.
Stage 1 and stage 2 will not work at the first set of the game. You have to evolve next turn. You cannot evolve first turn.
Correct. So as you can see up here at the top of the card, as you can see at the top of Farfetch'd, it says basic.
Yep, and
Okay.
if you look at these
So he is a
two
basic Pokemon.
And these 2 Ponytas are a basic too.
So what you would do is you would put one of your basic Pokemon out front because that's the one that you're going to be initiating the battles with. And if you have any other basic Pokemon, you would put those on what we call your bench. You can have up to 5 Pokemon on your bench unless cards within the game says otherwise. So I've got 2 basic to start and Sophia has 2 basics to start.
And you can only place 1 energy per turn, and you can place as many items as you can.
But 1 supporter.
1 supporter too.
Okay. Even though, just to give you a quick rundown on this, there's different status conditions. And this one right here stands for poison.
Poison.
This one stands for burn.
Burn.
And those might come into effect in our game if your Pokemon gets poison or burn. These big coins here are called your GX coins. Each player can do 1 GX attack per game.
But it has to be on a GX.
And it would come from a GX Pokemon. Yeah. These are starter decks that don't have GXs in them, so they're just gonna sit there and look pretty. Okay, so to start the game, you can flip a coin, you can roll a dice. We like to roll dice over flipping coins. We usually have we'll roll a 6-sided dice and 1, 2, 3 is heads and 4, 5, 6 is tails. But we're actually gonna go high roll to see who gets to have the option of going first in our game. So I'm gonna roll a dice.
Okay.
I got a 4.
4. My favorite number.
Sophia got a 3. So I get the option, would I like to go first or second? Now the difference between going first and second is, if you go first, you might have that early initiative that you get to start playing cards first. Yes, that's awesome and fantastic. But if you go second, you can actually attack on your turn. The very first person that goes first, the very first turn of the game, you cannot attack your opponent. So I will choose to go second, and I'm gonna let Sophia go first. So now that we both show that we have a basic Pokemon, we have to take these things that we call prize cards.
Yeah, you get at least 4 or 6 prize cards.
Yeah. In a normal game, like Sophia said, you would have 6 prize cards. If we were doing a pre-release tournament with smaller decks, then they would do 4. But for our little tutorial, we're going to do it how you would do it in a normal game, as if you were at a tournament. You would have 6 prizes. 2 ways to win the games, folks. You either knock out all their Pokemon.
Or you just get all the prize cards.
Or you get all the prize cards, just like Sophia said. So I can either knock out 6 Pokemon and win, or I can just knock out whatever Pokemon that she has. Now as the game goes, she's going to be drawing in more cards. She'll get more Pokemon more than likely. But those are the 2 ways that you can win Pokemon. So since I chose to go second, we both have basic Pokemon. We got our prizes laid out.
And then we have to flip over the cards.
Correct. We are ready to flip the cards and start the game.
So these are like only my basic.
Okay. So I got a Farfetch going against her Ponyta. Okay. And now she'll get to draw a card to start her turn.
I have to draw a card right here. Okay. And then
Now there's different things Sophia can do during her turn. She can play an energy. You're only allowed to play 1 energy per turn. And she can also play as many items as she'd like. However, if the item card says supporter, you can only play 1 of those. Or the trainer says supporter. You got items and supporters. So you can play as many items as you like, Sophia.
And by the way, you can add an energy to your bench Pokemon too.
Yes, you can add the energy to your active Pokemon, to your bench Pokemon. Now, for example, here's Sophia's Ponyta. Okay? It comes with 2 attacks. And it shows you the amount of energy that you need to do the attack. So her first attack costs 1 fire energy, the second one would cost 2. Now, if you have these colorless Pokemon like I do, you can either use colorless energy to do their attacks.
Or you can use any kind of energy you have.
Or any other kind of energy. The colorless can be any color. So if you're building a grass deck, you're building a fire deck, you can add in those colorless Pokemon because you can use your grass energy, your water energy to help pump them up. Okay? So would you like to play a card, Sophia?
Yes, I'm going to add an energy for my first turn.
So she added an energy. Do you have any items you'd like to play?
I only have 1, but I guess I'll play it.
Sure.
I'll just play a nest ball. Search your deck for a basic Pokemon and put it into your bench, then shuffle your deck.
Awesome. So she gets to search her deck for a basic. Nice.
And I picked a Charmander because I have a Charizard in my deck, and I can just get Charmeleon, and then I can make it into a Charizard.
Very cool, very cool. So she played the nest ball, which allowed her to search her deck once again for a basic Pokemon. And Charmander is a basic Pokemon.
And then whenever you place like your item or supporter, and then you just put it right here, and you cannot use it.
Yep.
But there may be cards that you can pick out of
your discard pile.
Your discard pile.
Correct.
And then you can just pick one.
Do you have any other items you like to play?
No. So then I'll pass it to my dad.
Yeah. So her turn ends. She would normally be able to attack, but again, the first turn of the game, you cannot attack.
Oh, he's lucky.
He is very lucky.
Now it's my turn. I will get to draw for my turn. And I will see if I have any trainers that I'd like to play. I'm going to play a nest ball, just like Sophia did. The card goes in my discard pile, and I'm going to search for a basic Pokemon.
He's probably going to search for you.
Squirtle Squad!
Of course you are.
Searching for the Squirtle, and he goes on my bench. Now remember, you have 1 active Pokemon up here, active, and you can have up to 5 on the bench.
Yeah, like you said earlier.
Once again, we would shuffle a little bit more if this was a real tournament type environment, but we're just teaching you guys how to play the game right now. So I'm going to play an energy for my turn on Farfetched. And I did play a trainer item card, but I did not play a supporter yet this turn. So I'm going to play the supporter Copycat.
Oh.
So, shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw a card for each card in your opponent's hand. Okay. How many cards you got in your hand, Sophia?
4 cards.
4 cards.
How many do you have?
I'm gonna have 4. Because Copycat lets me get as many cards as you have in your hand.
It's a Copycat.
Maybe our mascot Rob can play the winner.
Yeah.
I want to
Maybe
be
next
the
time.
very best.
Okay.
That's gonna
So
be
I got 4 cards. See, I even got another supporter trainer card in my hand, but I can't play it this turn. If it was an item, you could play as many as you want during your turn. I just want to make sure I explain that thoroughly. So now it will be my attack phase. I played an energy, I played my trainers, now it's time to attack. So my attack is actually called Collect for 1 colorless energy, which my water energy counts as that. And it says draw 2 cards. So instead of doing damage to my opponent, I actually get to draw 2 cards.
So now he has 6 cards, so it will make it harder for me to get the cards out of his hands for me to win.
Yeah, but as soon as you attack, folks, as soon as you attack, the turn is ended.
Over.
So now it's Sophia's turn.
Then I'll draw a card, and then I'll place an energy on. I'm just gonna play one on Charmander because why
She
not?
wants to start pumping up Charmander.
Yep. And then, so I'm just gonna evolve this to Rapidash.
Okay, Sophia, I'm glad you played that. So when you evolve Pokemon, you cannot evolve Pokemon the first turn of the game.
But you can play it on second and then on.
Second and on. But however, if you just played a basic Pokemon, so let's say Sophia just played Ponyta on the bench. She would not be able to evolve Ponyta until next turn. Okay. Do you have anything else to play?
No, because I can only play 1 energy, so I'll pass it to you.
Okay. Now folks, don't forget.
Oh,
And she already knows what she did. Go ahead, what do you want to do?
I need to attack. I always forget that.
She's going to attack me with the move called Live Coal.
And it does 10 damage.
10 damage.
I always forget that, so bear with me.
So we got these damage counters. That stands for 1.
Yeah.
My Farfetch normally has 80 hit points, so now he's down to 70 hit points.
Yeah.
She attacked, her turn is finished.
Sophie will be
So I will draw a
victorious.
card. And this could definitely make the game very interesting. I'm going to play a trainer card called Timer Ball. Timer Ball does, for each heads that I get to search my deck for evolution cards. So I'm going to roll. You can flip a coin, that's fine, but we do 1, 2, 3 is heads, 4, 5, 6 is tails. I got a 1.
And a 1.
And a 6. So I get to search for 1 evolution card in my deck. So, and he's right there. I search for War Turtle.
Gosh.
I search for the War Turtle. And I will evolve War Turtle.
It's a war and a turtle.
I have not played an energy yet. I will play an energy for my turn on my War Turtle. And I'm going to play Pokemon Fan Club. It's a supporter card. Search your deck for 2 basic Pokemon, reveal them, and put them into your hand.
So I get to see them.
You get to see them, so I do have to reveal them.
Yep.
So I'm going to search for a Squirtle and a Psyduck. Reveal them to my opponent. Okay, and I'm going to place both of them on my bench.
So your bench is almost full.
My bench is almost full. I actually have room for 1 more Pokemon on my bench. I played an energy for my turn, and I'm going to do my attack phase now. And I will collect. Draw 2 cards. Your turn, Sophia.
Huh? Dang it. Okay, I'm just wondering what should I do for my energy. I feel like I should place it right here so I can do my big attack. And that's basically all I can do right now, so I guess.
I was just wondering why you didn't evolve that one.
I know.
Instead of
I
your
mean,
bench.
like, in case that one dies, I can just pick it up.
Okay.
Oh! I want to attack.
Yeah.
For stomp is flip a coin. If heads, this attack does 30 more damage.
Okay. So it's going to do 10 damage no matter what, but if she gets a heads, it does an extra 30 damage.
So it's 1, 2, or 3.
Yep.
Please be heads. Please be heads. Please be heads.
Evie luck. Come on, let's go.
She got it. So she did 40 damage to me.
Yep, so you're like, you're at 30.
50. I have 30 hit points left with my Farfetch. Her turn is finished. She attacked. I drew a card. I'm going to evolve my Pidgey into Pidgeotto. And I'm going to evolve my Psyduck into a Golduck. And now, there are also these things called Pokemon abilities. And my Pidgeotto actually has one. I'll let you guys go ahead and check it out there. So, Airmail. Once during your turn before you attack, you may look at the top 2 cards of your deck and put one of them in your hand, then put the other card on the bottom of your deck. So that's a really cool ability that makes you, it allows me to draw more cards and get to the other cards that I'm trying to get to. So I'm going to do the Airmail. I'm going to look at the top 2 cards. I'm going to put one in my hand and one on the bottom of my deck. I am going to attach an energy for my turn to War Turtle because I'm trying to pump him up to get my Pokemon strong on my bench because his big attack that does 70 damage needs 3 energies. So I put an energy there and I am going to do Tool Buster for 20 damage. So I hit Ponyta for 20 damage. And now it is Sophia's turn.
Okay, I'll just play my cards. Let's go. Okay, this is good. Okay, I guess I just have one more energy left. So, whatever he does, I might want to bring out Rapidash.
That's a good idea.
I guess I'll just level her up a little bit.
Okay.
And I want to keep that, and I can't place that. So I guess I'll just play this supporter that is draw 3 cards.
Very good card.
So I'll just draw 3 cards. Probably going to be energies most likely.
Now again, she played a supporter, so she no more supporters this turn.
Ooh.
You got any other basics or Pokemon you can evolve?
I know. And it's Switch. So I can switch that.
Yeah, if you'd like to.
Okay, I wanna place a Switch. You can play as much items as you want, so it's okay. So I'm just gonna take out this.
So what does Switch allow you to do, Sophia?
So it allows you to switch your active Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna do that.
Okay.
So I have a stronger Pokemon out. Okay, and now I'm gonna attack for 20 damage, it says. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned for 20 damage.
So Sophia hit me with Searing Flame. It did 20 damage.
So it's now burned, so it's at red coin.
And it burnt me.
So you're at 10 hit points left.
I'm at 10 hit points left. Now before I move on, I'm going to explain to you a couple different status conditions. So you have asleep, your Pokemon can fall asleep. What you have to do with that is in between turns, like after my turn's over and after Sophie's turn's over, I'd have to flip a coin. If I get heads, then your Pokemon wakes back up. While your Pokemon's sleeping though, you cannot retreat and you cannot attack.
No.
Okay, then you have poison. If your Pokemon is poison, you take 10 damage in between rounds.
Yeah.
If you are burned like I am, in between rounds I take 20 damage, but then I get to flip a coin. And if I get heads, then I'm no longer burned. Then there's paralyzed. Yeah. So you cannot attack, you cannot retreat if you're paralyzed. You stay paralyzed until the turn is over. These are different conditions that can happen to your Pokemon based off the attacks and the cards and the trainers and everything that's played throughout the game. So I just wanted to emphasize that because I am burned right now. Her turn is over, but in between turns for being burned, I gotta take 20 damage. So actually my Farfetch will faint. So she knocked out my Farfetch, which goes in my discard pile.
I get one of these because I beat her.
Yep, so she knocked out a Pokemon, so she gets a prize card.
So they have 5 left.
Yep. And it is my turn to bring out another Pokemon.
Oh gosh.
And it is my turn, so I will draw for my turn.
I'm dead.
I'm going to play an energy on War Turtle. So he's got 3 energies. He's ready to go.
Yeah, he's at max, basically.
Okay, and Sophia understood that she kind of had the short stick when it came to picking the decks because she knows that fire is weak to water. But she still wanted to play the Charizard deck. But we got to teach you guys how to play by the rules.
Because I want you to be happy with your Squirtle, so I'm thinking
oh, she wants her dad to win. But just to show you guys, on Rapidash here, okay, right down here at the bottom, you got a spot for weakness. And Rapidash is
×2
weak to water, correct. So whenever a water attack hits Rapidash, she's gonna take double damage. So that's why it's really hard for a fire deck to beat a water deck, especially if they're all the fire Pokemon are weak to water. Not all of them are. So just to play this the right way, I'm going to do Waterfall for 70. And Rapidash has 100 hit points. But because Rapidash is weak to water, it will do 140 damage.
What the heck? I literally just brought that out. Wow.
And I get to draw a prize card. So now Sophia brings out her next Pokemon. Okay.
Okay. No.
Sophia needs to get her Charizard out to save her because Charizard can hit strong enough to still beat a water deck.
Yay. I'm probably just going to play this one.
Okay, good idea.
Okay. And
Can't evolve? No trainers?
I'm just asking how many cards. Wait, hold on. I forgot to add this to my thingy.
Okay.
Okay, how many cards do you have?
I have 6. So you play Copycat? Okay. So she plays Copycat, which was a great time for her to do that because
I have 4 cards.
She's looking for Charmeleon and Charizard. So you have to shuffle your cards back into here.
Oh, wait, what?
It's okay.
I really hope I get Charmander or Charmander.
And you get to draw however many cards I have in my hand.
I wonder if I get a Charizard and a Charmeleon thing.
Maybe.
That'll just be some good luck there. That's a quick trick stay, but that'll just be some good luck.
and you get to draw 6 cards. By the way, we hope you guys are all enjoying the Dan and Rob channel. We love doing pack openings, and that will be majority of our videos. But we do everything Pokemon. We might do some more TCG matches. We might do some Pokemon Go in the future. We love playing the console games. Looks like Sophia just got Charmander Heaven.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I just want to show this to the camera. Don't lift this. Look, this covered. Okay.
Did you get the Charmeleon?
Maybe. Or maybe I just got a step higher than that.
Do you have any other items you can play?
Nope. Oh, attack. I almost forgot that again. Plus 10 again.
Okay, roll. See if you can get a heads. She really needs a heads here.
Heads, please.
Tails. I take 10 hit points. I have 80 hit points left.
You're gonna kill me.
I'm going to play an energy on Golduck. I'm going to do Waterfall, and again, because fire is weak to water, she's going to take 140 damage.
Are you kidding me right now?
He'll last an extra hit.
Oh, okay.
And I get to draw another prize card.
Yeah, you're technically winning.
Okay.
Technical difficulties over here.
Since she pulled out Farfetch, I just want to show you guys that you see how Farfetch is weak to lightning down there? However, you also got a spot here called resistance. And he actually has minus 20 resistance to fighting.
Ooh.
That means if you're going against a Pokemon that's fighting and it does 20 damage or less, you won't take any damage. It always does 20 damage less. So if a fighting attack would hit Farfetch for 40, Farfetch would only take 20. So resistance is also important in the game. And if you guys remember how Sophia used that trainer earlier to switch her active Pokemon with her bench Pokemon.
Switch? Oh, here, I'll show them.
You also have this thing down here called retreat cost. And for Farfetch'd, it's only one symbol. Farfetch could get rid of an energy attached to him, and he could retreat himself to the bench.
And here's the switch card that he used.
So you could have a trainer that can move your Pokemon around, but you could also use the retreat cost and switch them yourself. So if my War Turtle, I was scared he was going to get knocked out, his retreat cost is 2. So I could discard 2 energies and retreat him to my bench before he gets knocked out.
Do you have any trainers or items you want to play?
It's your turn.
Oh, okay. Really? Okay. You just go ahead and put that right there.
Yeah. Okay, now you got an option, Sophia. You can either hit me for 20 or you can draw 2 cards.
I'm gonna hit you for 20.
She's gonna hit me for 20, folks. She's trying to take me out. So now I'm at 30. I have 60 hit points left. I will draw for my turn.
You're gonna kill me. Like,
I'll play a Pidgey on my bench. Energy on Golduck.
You literally have 4 left. I have 5. What?
I'm gonna do Waterfall on Farfetch'd for 70 hit points. So Farfetch has 10 hit points left.
Of course he does. He did like
your turn,
70
Sophia.
damage. That is just okay. Okay, now I just add this back. There's only 2. Okay, we'll do 20 to you. So I can do it.
Okay. Draw for my turn. And because I keep forgetting, I'm going to do Pidgeotto's Pokemon ability.
Wait, what?
Once during my turn, I can look at the top 2 cards, put one in my hand and the other on the bottom. And then I'm going to Waterfall Farfetch'd and knock him out.
Okay, hold on. Let's go there.
Good idea. So you see how Sophia, she played the right move. She's bringing out the Pokemon that isn't stacked up with a bunch of energies because we know she's trying to build up to a Charizard. But she's bringing out this one so she doesn't waste all these energies.
Yeah.
So go ahead and draw for your turn.
Oh, yeah.
She drew the Charmeleon. Very cool.
Okay. Okay. Did I put some energy?
You haven't.
Okay.
I'd probably try to hit that.
Yeah.
Okay. So she's gonna do. You have any other trainers you want to play?
No, I do not. All I have is a stage 2, and an energy.
So she has Ember. She had to discard her energy, but she did 30 damage to me. War Turtle is at 10 points. He's barely breathing. Draw a card, play a Squirtle. Energy up a Squirtle. And I'll go ahead and Waterfall Charmander for 140.
Wow.
Okay. Draw a prize. Now I have 2 prize cards left.
Yeah, you're lucky.
Okay, so who are you going to bring out? Okay. Good idea.
Draw for my turn, please.
See? Sophia's not giving up. Even when she's got the weaker matchup. So she got her Charizard. Okay.
Okay, we're just going to play this because I have to. I'm going to draw 3 cards, please.
Why not?
Right now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, let's do.
But,
Finally.
but if I was Sophia, I'd probably knock me out with that guy.
Oh, my energy. We had to place it. But this is going to do 30 damage. It's going to kill you, so that's going to be good.
It's going to knock him out, not kill.
Yay.
We're PG.
Okay.
Okay, so you're going to Ember me for 30?
Yep.
Okay. She's got to discard her energy to Ember me.
Oh, yeah, that's just wrong.
And she took out War Turtle. She beat the weakness. I'm going to draw for my turn.
Gold duck.
And of course, I drew the Blastoise.
Of course you do
Right
after
after-
your turn. That's just wrong.
And I'm going to play an energy on Squirtle. And I am going to do the swim with Golduck for 180 damage.
On that part, can you just add a little cry for let Rob cry for you?
Rob, will you cry for her?
Tear, tear, tear.
Okay.
Thank you, Rob.
Okay. I have 1 prize left. So if I knock out 1 more Pokemon, I win the game. But now she's going to be bringing out the big guns.
Let's just take this a notch up.
Okay.
I'm just going to evolve that. I think I should do this. It's shuffle your hand into your deck and draw 6 cards.
Sure.
Okay, so I'm just going to put this in here.
Okay.
And then,
Want me to shuffle real fast?
yeah, I'm bad at shuffling.
We're just going to speed shuffle. So she can draw 6 cards. There you go. Draw 6.
Okay, I'm so excited.
We hope everybody's enjoying the video.
Yep.
We're probably only going to get through 1 game because it's lasting a little bit. But we'll definitely do more in the future.
Boys and girls, what is the luck? But that Charizard.
That Charizard luck.
I think I'm going to play Timer Ball. That is, flip 2 coins for each head, search your deck for an evolution Pokemon, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck.
There you go.
So evolution, can it be like every
Stage
evolution?
1, stage 2.
Okay. Please be 2 heads.
So she can search for Pokemon that's not a basic.
I wonder if I get none. It'll just be
It
sad.
happens. It happens.
Sad.
You got 1, so you get to search for 1.
Okay, I'm so excited. I know what I'm searching for. I'm searching for this one.
But remember, you don't want me to kill Charizard because I only have 1 prize left. And I would
Oh,
win.
yeah.
Okay. So are you still get to play an energy if you want to play one on Nidoqueen.
Wait, I can't do that. It's psychic. Oh!
Yeah, see, Nidoqueen is a psychic Pokemon, but Nidoqueen's attacks use colorless energy. So she can still do the attacks with the fire energy.
Okay, I'm gonna attack Charizard for...
Continuous Blaze Ball, 30 plus.
Wow.
Can you read what it says?
Discard all energies from this Pokemon. This attack does 50 more damage for each card you discard in this way.
So you have to discard all your fire energy. It's okay. All your fire energy. And it does 50, 100, 150 plus 30.
You're dead.
It did 180 damage. So like I said, Charizard can still beat a fire deck. So you get to draw the prize.
Not even. Oh!
And I will draw a card for my turn. I'm going to play Professor Kukui. He lets me draw 2 cards.
I love that card.
And then during this turn, my Pokemon's attacks do 20 more damage to my opponent's active Pokemon before applying weakness and resistance. So the fact that it is weak, I would actually do more because I get to apply the damage before I do the weakness. I'm going to play an energy on my Squirtle on the bench. So I'm going to do Splash for 20 plus 20 from my Professor Kukui, so that's 40. And then I get to apply your weakness. So 40 times 2 is 80 damage.
Ow.
But Charizard still has 70 hit points left. So it's your turn, I attacked.
Okay.
I want you to read Charizard's ability.
Once during your turn, before your attack, you may put 2 damage counters on this Pokemon. If you do, touch your deck up to 2 fire energy cards from your and attach them to this Pokemon that shuffle your attack.
So this is pretty neat. And I would recommend her doing this.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I would place your energy in your hand on Nidoqueen.
Probably because...
So you can start building up Nidoqueen. And then Charizard's ability is once during your turn, you may put 2 damage counters on him. If you do, search your deck for 2 fire energies and attach them to this Pokemon. So you can give him 2 more. So he's taken 100 hit points. He's got 50 left. But she gets to search for 2 fire energies and attach it to him.
No.
So she's going to do Continuous Blaze Ball, which she discards her fire energies. It does 50 damage for each one, plus the 30. She hit me for 130 and knocked him out.
Wait, this one makes sense. Since he's a water, and he's probably friends with water Pokemon. So he's basically friends with Vaporeon.
Probably. She's just calling out her awesome playmat with all of her evolutions, and I got all my Tapus on my side. So
we're almost done.
Now just check this out, folks. So I'm going to play an energy on Squirtle, and I'm going to do Rain Splash for 20, but because she's weak, she takes 40. So she took 140 damage. She has 10 hit points left.
What?
She has 10 hit points left and survived. So now it's your turn since I attacked. Okay. Do you have an energy to play on Nidoqueen?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Wait, I need the switch.
You got Switch?
I need the switch.
She played Switch. She gets to switch her active Pokemon with a bench Pokemon. So that Charizard that was almost dead, that I almost got to win the game with, she got to retreat with.
You're so lucky.
Can I read this?
Smell. you could ask people to read the cards politely.
Yep.
Might have to do shuffle your hands if you're gonna draw 6 cards.
Okay, do that.
I might have to do that, and then we're just gonna.
Because Nidoqueen's ability is it does 10 damage plus, and it does an extra 50 damage for each evolved Pokemon on your bench. So she has 1 evolved Pokemon on her bench. She has Charizard. So that would be doing 60 damage right now. But if she can evolve Nidoran, that attack would be doing 110 damage every time. Draw 6.
I'm very tired. I could evolve that one.
Nice. So now your Power Lariat does 110 damage.
Wow.
Okay, so she Power Lariat me for 110.
Oh, we're out of time.
Yep, we both have 1 prize card left.
Oh my god.
I'm going to evolve into a Pidgeot. Play an energy. And since his attack, I need at least 2 energies, I'm going to have to pass turn. So it's your turn.
This attack does 54 damage for each evolution Pokemon on your bench.
So 10,
10
plus 50,
50
plus 50, 110. So I got 20 hit points left.
What? I thought I killed you.
20 hit points. Draw for my turn.
Oh, you evolved. That's why you...
I'm going to do my Whirlwind attack. It hits you for 60.
Oh, 100 points.
And you have to switch your active Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. Now I want you to think, what would be the super smart choice to do here?
Pick Farfetch'd because it has an energy on.
And because you could retreat him and bring him back out. So my attack is called Whirlwind. So it makes her switch her Pokemon.
Yeah.
But now it's your turn.
Okay, so I'm just gonna draw a card. We probably just gonna put that right there.
Okay.
Retreat, so we're just gonna put that back.
So she's got to pay the retreat cost. So she's got to discard 1 energy.
Oh yeah.
And then she can bring Nidoqueen right back out.
And then can you attack with her?
And you can attack with her.
Yay, okay, I'm just gonna... Wait, you see that 3 energy on her?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna do plus 10. 50 more damage, retreat.
So she's going to do the Power Lariat again for 110.
I won.
And beat me. So just to show you guys, even if you are weak against another deck,
doesn't mean you can win all the time.
yeah, don't give up. Just, you never know.
No.
And
Short hair.
just to show good sportsmanship.
Good game.
Good game.
So once again, everyone, thank you for joining us. We hope you learned a little bit. If you have any questions about the game, just go ahead and leave a comment. Well, as long as YouTube still allows comments. If they do get rid of comments, don't worry. I have other ways that we can enter you guys into the contest. Like the full box of team up that we're gonna give away at the end of the month. In the form of a Pokemon break, there will be 12 winners. So, Sophia just beat me.
I knew Sophie would win.
Again.
Because Charizard is just so strong. I'd like to give a shout out to Surprises with Sophia. She is going to be doing more Roblox videos.
So if you're a Roblox video, you might want to go check out my channel. That's basically all I'm going to do on my channel, basically.
Because she is obsessed with Roblox. Again, I'm Dan. This is Sophia. We got Rob.
Squirtle Squad forever.
And
Thanks, be Rob 2.0.
sure, you can be Rob 2.0.
Yay.
Again, thank you guys for the love and support. Like, subscribe, and one more for the road. Peekaboo dab. We'll see you next time.